What up, what up, what up? Hello. Tomorrow's your birthday, Ella. Happy birthday, Ella. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you guys are doing really well tonight. Just finished the episode. Thank you, Emma. Thank you so much. Yeah, somebody said tomorrow's Ella's birthday, yo. Happy birthday, Ella. Hopefully you have a fantastic birthday. Someone said, is that the hoodie? It is the hoodie. It's very funny. I was doing laundry today, and it was at the top of the pile. So I was like, might as well. Oh, my goodness. Hello. How am I doing? I'm doing really well. 1 second. Sorry, I'm trying to screen record this while I talk. Hopefully you guys are doing really well. Yeah, somebody said they saw my guys the BB comics. We'll get into it, but that was incredible. That's just such a fun comp. It really is. Thank you, Amanda, for the love. Yeah, I love that challenge so much. And guys, like Lauren waiting and throwing that comp was crazy. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, baseball brawler. Yeah. How long do you guys, because obviously they edit it. How long do you guys think she actually waited for? Because it made it sound like in the feeds that she waited longer than what they showed. And so I think she would have won decently. I don't know how long I feel like it was definitely longer than that 30 seconds. Someone had asked, Ashley won the comp. She did not win the comp. It was Morgan. Morgan won the comp by 30 seconds, but, Lauren was saying that she threw it and she didn't want to put more blood on her hands. So yeah. What's up, everybody? When is Zingbot turning up? That's a fantastic question, and I'm really hoping it's next week. I'm praying it's next week. That's really what I'm hoping for. Hello, Kyotted King. Hello. Did I like my BB comic? Yeah, I liked it. What Will said in the episode was very funny. It was very, very funny. I love Will so much. It was hilarious. I think out of everybody's comics, if I had to choose one that I was like, it's my favorite. I love Will's. I also really like Jimmy's. And Jimmy was praying for that edit as well. So I think those are my favorite too. I also like Lauren's, the Bayou Batty, but those are probably my top three. Jimmy's the best? Yeah, I'm saying that too. Yeah, Will's a real one? Agreed. Will's a real one. Someone said that they like Keanu's. I will say, I hopped on live for like 2 minutes with Jimmy earlier today when I was going through the Dunkin' Donuts line. And we were talking about that briefly. The thing about Keanu's and Vinny's is it was just totally based off the punishment. And it's also like, okay, well then me and Rachel were also in a punishment and we didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like they could have done a little more. It was funny, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of like, it was just a little bit disappointing. Someone just said, no, I'm so behind and this is how I found out you got out. Girl, you're like a month behind on episodes. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. Someone said half the comics could have been made preseason. Sure. Or like the first 2 weeks. But like, can we just go back to that one person that's a month behind on the episodes? Girl, you better hurry up. We're almost done with the season. I'm telling you what. Oh my goodness. I'm actually a month ahead and you won. Well, that's probably a different dimension when I used my power. Let's be real. So you're probably in a different multiverse if we're talking Marvel. Live feeds have been juicy. Yeah, this week. Definitely. They've really been juicy. Who do I think is getting evicted tomorrow? Thank you, Nico, for the love. I think, this is my take. Okay, let me run through the numbers real quick. If Will is... Okay, if Keanu and Will are on the block together, Keanu goes home, okay? If it's Will and Ashley, I think Ashley goes home. That's my initial take. Yeah, let's do a poll real quick. That's my initial take. Thank you, Puff Pepper. Let's do a quick poll. So if it is between Ashley and Will tomorrow, Ashley's the smiley face, Will's the crying face. Who do you think goes home between Ashley and Will if it's those two? I do think Ashley goes home in that situation. That's my opinion. So, yeah. Someone said I'll be really sad if Will goes home. Agreed. That's my guy in there. I loved his comic. I loved his comic. Someone says I hope Captain Will stays. I agree. Someone says I hope Captain Will stays. I agree. 100%. I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. What was my favorite comic? I think you joined a little bit late. I really enjoyed Jimmy's comic. I loved Will's comic, and I loved Lauren's comic. I think all of them were great, in my opinion. On live feeds, somebody said Will's going home. I haven't checked live feeds today, so I'm a little bit behind. Did I get my 10K yet? No. So I will get the 10K at the end of the show. So in a couple of weeks. How do you feel about Keanu getting put back on the block? I think Lauren. I do. That was. In terms of Lauren trying to build her resume, if she's able to take out Keanu, I feel like that's good. I think she should have... look, I'm looking at it from an outside perspective right now, okay? If I'm thinking of Lauren's game specifically, if she was able to keep noms the same, I felt like Morgan would have been her best interest to send home, okay? Now, if we're talking about votes and let's say it's Morgan, Ashley, and Will... and I'm trying to run through that scenario in my head. No, I feel like Morgan would be the main target in my opinion. So when she was trying to throw the comp, thank you Emma so much. I understand her reasoning, but of not trying to get blood on her hands, but also with the initial noms, you could have gotten out your main target in Morgan. But then also, I also understand that she had talked previously with other people trying to figure out, okay, well, I'm actually trying to backdoor Keanu. So all those conversations definitely affected her. But I feel like it would have been okay if she had won and kept the noms the same. That's my opinion. Jimmy's live as well. I will join Jimmy's live. I always like to just talk to you guys initially really quickly before I go live with other people, just because those lives run a long time. And so I just wanted to say hey to my people, and then we can slide over to Jimmy's for sure. And then also another thing too is now after seeing that episode, seeing the diary rooms and everything, it makes more sense why, Keanu now is gunning for Lauren, and then him and Ashley now have a final two, all that types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're slowly turning on Lauren a little bit. Who is playing the best game in your opinion? Well, it was Rachel before yesterday. I will say I thought Rachel was in a really good spot, and then a stupid elimination took her out. I would say who's playing the best game, in my opinion, right now. I think Will's playing a good social game, but I keep saying, I really want to see him win an HOH so he can have a successful HOH. When he gets to the final two, he can then say, incredible social game, and he had won us an HOH, and it was very successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still think Will's in the best spot. But playing the best game, I mean, let's be real, Morgan has turned it around a lot in the last few weeks, and I still applaud her for running Vince's HOH. So I think she is playing a very good game as well. Even though, like, I would have wanted to see Lauren keep noms the same, you know, for Lauren's game, I think it would have been best to send Morgan home. So that is just like non-biased opinion in that. Someone said, not Zach saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry. I say that a lot. I'll try and limit the you know what I'm sayings and likes in this live stream. If I ever get the call, would I ever go on the challenge? For sure, but I've said this multiple times. Keanu is definitely going to get the first call, so let's be real. Somebody also said they clocked me. Also the 100%. I do say that a lot. I'm going to try and limit myself, be more conscientious of what I say in this live stream. Hold on one second. Sorry. Yeah, I also do. Someone said, let's do a poll. Guys, the polls are so fun. I love that. Another person clocked me for saying, here's the thing. I say all those things. Guys, I'm going to be conscious of what I say. Someone said fancy pants using conscientious. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do another poll just because. Poll. Okay. I would like ask a poll of like who do we think's going to win the blockbuster. I feel like that's just going to be Keanu. He probably has the best odds, let's be real, right now. You guys give me some poll questions and I will throw it up real quick. People keep saying Conrad or Jeremiah. I feel like I've done that poll already. Okay. We'll do that poll just because I keep seeing it. Okay, smiley face is Conrad, crying face is Jeremiah. Who do you guys prefer? This is a complete blowout. Why did we do this poll? You guys are spamming this, but it's not even remotely close. Not even remotely close, guys. Come on. I will say, I'm going to try and limit this live stream a little bit, just because I feel like I've got a little bit of a head cold right now. So I am going to try and not stay up till, last night I was up till 3 a.m. Because after I finished live, my grandmother wanted to FaceTime with me, and so I stayed up talking to her for forever last night. So I am delirious today, but someone said, would I do... Yeah, no, so, okay, I'm sorry. I'm, like, reading all these different chats at once. That live was funny. Adrian letting randoms in. Guys, that was insane. If you guys weren't on that live last night with all of the pre-jury, that was... People were basically, like, putting in, like, the actual usernames of people inviting themselves, and then Adrian let them in, and it's just random people, guys, that were in the live. One guy asked if we wanted to play Roblox with him, which is crazy. Yeah. Oh, Adrian. People keep saying real to Roblox. I have never played Roblox in my entire life. I love video games, but when Roblox became a thing, I was too old. I'm sorry. Yeah, fake Zay was crazy. That happened twice, I think, or it was like twice, and then Amy once, and then Mickey once, or something like that. My age is showing. Yeah, guys, I'm 27. Yeah, I'm old. I'm unk status. That's what I am. I was playing pickleball with a teammate, and he's 22, and he was calling me unk the entire time, which was very funny. Yeah, I know. Who was evicted? Liam, it's tomorrow. That's when the eviction happens. Does my fam watch my lives? Yeah, yeah. They're actually in the Philippines right now. I don't know if they're watching my live yet, but if they are, hello fam. Hopefully you guys are doing well. The guys, they just finished my grandmother's birthday party yesterday, and there were hundreds of people there. It was like a 24-hour party. That's what it always is in the Philippines. Everybody say, hey fam, hey Zach's fam, right now. Just spam it real quick. Just say, hey Zach's fam. Yeah. Show love. Show love. Hopefully they're on the live at this point. At this point. It is 12 hours forward in the Philippines, so it is almost 10 a.m. Over there in the Philippines. Yeah, apparently there's somebody from the Philippines that is a Zorn fan, and they're watching from the Philippines. That's crazy. That's crazy. Me and Jimmy are both live. I will go live with him in a little bit. In a little bit. Thank you, Jeanette, for the love. For the love. Do I think Rachel was the mastermind? And it was. Do you think Rachel is actually the mastermind? And it was all production? No. I think she was legitimately playing in the game. Thank you, Nico, for the love. I will say this once because this is my thought. So you guys obviously saw the whole Charlie Kirk thing. I'm not gonna say a lot about it, but I will say, like, anybody that loses their life in that situation, it is a heartbreaking thing. I don't care what side you're thinking politically or whatever. It's a human. He's got a wife and kids, and I'm praying for them 100%. So that's all I will say on it. Just because it is all over social media. And I feel terrible for his family, like 100%. So that is what I will say, because I see a lot of drastic opinions, a lot of it's toxic, but if you're just thinking of it in a human, like, perspective, it is a horrible thing. It is a horrible thing. Nobody should lose their life, especially that way. It's insane. So that is my one take on it. That's all I will say on it. And I'm definitely praying for his family 100%, because it's awful. It's awful. Any situation like that, guys, it doesn't matter what party or whatever your stance is, it's a horrible situation. So yeah. Okay, let's go back to Big Brother just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, someone said, am I ready for the season to end and for finale night? Gonna be honest with you guys, I'm ready to see everybody. I am excited for finale night. Thank you, Mary, for the love. I miss them. I miss everybody in that house right now. It's great talking to everybody in pre-jury. I feel like I talk to them constantly. The lives are fun. But it feels like now that I've been out of the house for a month, I feel like I'm just a fan of the show. Like, I can give something on TikTok and everything like that. But yeah, I miss those guys, and hopefully they're doing really well. Adrian now is inviting me to his live, guys. So we're about to shift over.
The third. What is up, bro? How's it going?
It's going well, man. How you doing? What'd you think of the episode?
I think Vince threw it. He didn't say it on the episode, but based off live feeds and just honestly looking at him, he was taking his time.
He
He was
was.
taking, huh?
He was definitely taking his time.
Yeah. When he said in the DR room, he's like, oh, I know for sure I'm gonna win. I was like, I know you don't. I was like, you took your time. You knew after Lord's Day popped up, you knew you didn't win. I was like, I think he started.
Yeah, what he was saying in the DR, and he was he's like, oh, I've got, a chance or whatever. I don't remember what he said, but I'm like, dog, 10 minutes, like, I know you don't have a timer there or anything, but like the perception of time to be that far off, like it's 10 minutes. Yeah, there's like no shot in hell. We don't even know what his time was. Let's be real. Like they didn't show us. So they
Yeah.
only showed the top three.
Well, we know what it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't 20 minutes. It was less.
It wasn't 20 minutes. It was definitely longer than that. Yeah, now that you're saying that, I 100% agree with you. I absolutely agree.
I was expecting them to say it because I knew the only thing I was questioning because I knew Vince didn't want to win that veto because he didn't want to show his cards, and then Keanu gets mad at him, so I knew he didn't want to win it. So I was expecting them to say he was gonna throw it in the DR, but I was like, I know. I was wondering if Lauren really did throw it because I heard about it and it was confirmed. What did you think about that? Was that a good or bad move for her game?
I was just talking about this. The way that Morgan is gunning for her. I mean, we have the outside perspective, but she definitely has that sense that Morgan is gunning for her. I would have won it and kept the noms the same. I was thinking through it with my chat. I feel like Morgan in that situation has the best chance to go home in terms of if she's in the final two. I don't know your thoughts on it, but between Ashley and Will and Morgan, they could argue, okay, she's the bigger competitor. Like we need to send her home, all that types of stuff. And so for that reason, if I was Lauren, I would have kept noms the same. But I understand also the fact that you had told people before before the even comp started, you were telling people that your goal was to potentially backdoor Keanu. You know what I'm saying? So she was kind of in this whole pickle deal. But you just know that, Morgan's athletic. She's able to move around quick and everything like that. I would have had a hunch that she would have done well. I probably would have kept noms the same. Let's be real. That's what I would have done. So
yeah. Hold on, I think some imposters are trying to join from yesterday. Anyways, no, but yeah, I think it could go either which way, right? Either which way, because like you said, I think Morgan's gonna come after this. Keanu's going to gun for Lauren, right? So if Lauren, she can't do anything. It's up to Ashley and Will, right?
Yeah.
We'll see what this blockbuster is. I don't want to say I wouldn't count anybody out, Ashley or Will, because you don't know what it is, right?
No.
It could be like the one I had, which like study the study, where they didn't really have to do with like physical skill, but rather like mental attention to detail.
Absolutely. But like the odds-on favorite is Keanu winning the blockbuster. Regardless, like he is the odds-on favorite. But I would have kept noms the same. I'm sorry. I would have. That's just my take on it. And I don't know if you thought this too, but like production kind of sped up, while she was standing there at the buzzer. I felt like it definitely was at least a minute, in my opinion. I don't know about you, how long she was sitting there, but I felt like, because she was like very vocal about that even on the feeds after the fact, that she really threw that. So I'm thinking, yeah, for sure, that she waited there for a while, in my opinion. But
yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm putting up these. I get the whole backdoor. I know we can't call it backdoor because it's a blockbuster, but like that's just more blood on your hands, and the fact that the perception to Morgan was that you're kind of going back on your answer. Like you said, yeah, I want a backdoor, and then you're like not giving her anything, and like you're feeding that to her, and then now you're giving her the veto or one of the nominees. So it's like,
yeah, let's be real, okay. At this point, obviously, Lauren knows that Morgan and her are just not getting along, right? She just has that feeling, in my opinion, right? So when Morgan refused to tell her in last night's episode who she would choose, right? Remember with that whole conversation where Morgan just was like, I don't know, I'm walking out. When that happened, I would have immediately thought, okay, Morgan's my target. I'm going to keep noms the same 100% and just go with it. Yeah. Like that would have been the signal to me being like, she's gunning for me if she's not even going to talk at all. Right. And so for that reason, I would have gunned for it, because I was telling, I think Morgan, just being athletic as she is, getting up the ladder and all that types of stuff. Yeah. She had the best chance of winning that outside of Lauren. Right. And so that's the reason why I would have kept noms the same, and I would not have thrown it. I would have definitely just gone for it,
I think maybe I didn't love Lauren as a person, but when it comes to like her gameplay, this game move at the moment, I think it might have been like you said, or like a little bit of a misstep. Um, Going with leave it up to chance, see what happens. Like I think she should have won that veto and kept it the same. Because I understand Keanu, if she does take Keanu out, that's good for two reasons. It's a resume builder, and it's someone that she feels threatened that she couldn't beat, right? Because
Yeah.
like I think Lauren has a good chance of beating Morgan when it comes to a competition, right? So it's like when you get Keanu out, that's less competition against her. But if she misses, now she has a really big competitor going after her. So it could pay off, but only if it works. But I mean, if she were to do it, I mean, I would probably take a shot at what the twist after this eviction. If it's another elimination,
Yeah, I mean hindsight's 2020, right? And we're seeing the outside perspective, but with this move, you now have Keanu gunning for you as well, and that could have been somebody that if you didn't put him on the block, you continue to build trust with him, and it could keep you in the game a little bit longer. You would not have created another enemy if you had said straight up, Morgan is the person that I'm gunning for, and just balled out and kept noms the same. Then I think getting Morgan out is a good move on your resume. Like I am under that understanding because she is a good player. She has a good social game. She's really turned it up the last few weeks. And so that would have been good for the resume as well, in my opinion. So
yeah.
I understand that she wanted to get Keanu out because he is a big player, but I think Morgan's also up there as well. So
And plus, that only drives Vince closer to her because she should know Vince is not going to trust Keanu, isn't going to trust Kelly. So who's he going to really lean on?
yeah.
Lauren. But I mean, we'll see what happens. Because I mean, if she wanted to say, because I understand like getting the threat out, right? Rather Morgan or Keanu. She said ideally both of them are on the block. I understand you didn't want to put Keanu up originally, right? Because then that gives him a chance to win the veto. But if she had won the veto, she could have done something where she took Ashley down, or she could have took not Ashley down, maybe Ashley down, take Will down, and then put Keanu up. And then you're guaranteeing basically one of them is going to be on the block and you could send the other person home. That I think would have been a huge move. But of course, like you said, it's hindsight. Like we're not in the game. We see everything. We hear the live feeds. It's different. It's easy to like do that from our perspective, but inside the house, it's way different.
Yeah, I mean, I just go back to the whole signal of Morgan not telling her who she was going to pick next to compete in the elimination challenge, right? That would have been a clear sign to me that Morgan doesn't trust me, and she's going to put me on the block. Let's be real. And so, yeah, I mean, that's something that we pick up. Obviously, guys, when you're in the house, it's totally different, obviously. And so you have a million things running through your head. But yeah, that's my take on it now outside of the house. And I just, oh man, it sucks. It sucks that she threw. It really sucks in my opinion that she threw the veto. But I also understand people beforehand that she was going to put up Keanu as the actual target. All that, you get tripped up in that, right? And so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not over. Like I said, like I mean, in my head, when it's final six, you want to get all the competitors out, the people that you can't beat, right? So that when it comes to the end, the final six, you could win every single time. Basically, win your way to the end. And ideally, you want to do that at final six when everyone could play, and then all the competitors out. So if Keanu goes home, I don't see much competition. Well, I guess Morgan, but I think when it comes down to it, I think Lauren could outbeat Morgan in a comp. But anything could happen. Everyone thought I was going to beat Kelly. Everyone thought you had a good chance of beating Keanu. But things happen. It's easy to say you're going to win a comp, but I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on the challenge. It depends on the HOH. Next week, it could be pressure cooker, right? And so all of a sudden, it's just like, Ava probably has the great chance just because she literally was saying that she's going to win pressure cooker. So yeah, I mean, it can flip on its head. But I definitely do agree with your statement there for sure. So
yeah. Do you want to see if my chat asked me a second ago to invite Jimmy, but I don't know Well, I mean, I could try accepting it.
You
Or
can.
he didn't request.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay on too long tonight just because I don't feel great. But
Yeah.
I did want to say hey to the fam and hey to all the chatters out there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we're not being up. We're not gonna stay up for like 3.5 hours tonight, guys. This is just not
That
happening.
was crazy. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. We just kept going. That was crazy.
Have you
They said
had
Jimmy is
any?
talking about us. What is he talking about right now? Can you give us the deets before I request? I want to know. I want to know. Hold on. How
Yeah.
much do you miss your bread? A ton, bro. A ton. A whole loaf full. Uh, yeah, I didn't realize it was that long either.
What do you think of while we're waiting for Jimmy? What did you think of the BB comics? Like, what did you think of the rest of them and how the house guests reacted to you specifically? They were talking about yours.
Yeah, my bread is like I'm glad Adrian has the two things he likes or like he loves his mantises and his bread, right? Um, I will say, I hold on. I think he rejected me.
He rejected you.
I don't know, unless it just canceled. It's a co-host thing. We get our separate. There you go. There you go. Hey Jimmy, what is up?
I was just talking shit about y'all.
That's why you
That's
waited.
my chat was telling me that right now. I said, well, like, say it to my face.
Um, yeah, I'm ready. Okay, you ready? Tell me when you're ready. I'll let you. I'll let you know. I'll put you on notice.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Jimmy, what'd you think of the episode and how the house guests reacted to your comic?
You know, I love that I was fucking up Morgan a little bit. I was like, she was like, I can't figure out Jimmy's. I'm like, yes, league match. I don't know what this is, but let's do it. Oh, are we fighting now? Oh, this is just like Big Brother all over again.
Ah,
Come on, chat. You know what to do. You know what to do.
okay, Jimmy. What do you think? I'm sure you already talked about. What do you think about your BB comic?
I love it. Like, how could guys? You guys know I was talking about it the whole time. Like, I wanted a snake theme. I did. I wanted a snake theme.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I think yours is one of the better comics out there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chat, run it up.
I will say when it came to Vince's and Keanu's BB comic, I felt like that was an easy one to put up.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I wish I got something else. I don't know.
How
Because
is
I feel
yours
like
not PB and Adrian?
beats me, man. Beats me. I would have thought it was gonna be some breadwinner or something, but I guess only one person could have carbs in their thing. I mean, I had it. Oh, actually, yeah, I did. The lady had it in her little thing, but I mean, I didn't.
So
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved that I was fucking some people up. For a while, I kept watching the show, and I'm like, are y'all gonna tell me my differences, or talk about everybody else but me?
Yeah.
What about you
Is
guys?
that Derek?
Comics? Did you? Ooh.
I can't tell if that's the real Derek.
It's not the real Derek.
You're skeptical now.
I kid you not, when I was in the chat with Zach, like I had Mickey and Amy a request. Was like, I'm not falling for it.
I had Amy in mind too, and I followed her by accident and let her in, and then it wasn't Amy. Of course, it was a Roblox guy, but
Yeah. I was like, if Amy wants to join, I think she would text me first. I think.
Yeah.
they say that Kelly explained Kelly's comic. We can't because Adrian and Kelly should have switched. Kelly should have been like Bug Girl.
I agree.
And Adrian should have been PB and Adrian. PB and A. Like,
Agreed.
how did you guys
Derek,
get
you know-
the episode? Chat, run it up.
Derek, I think I believe you. But like
It's not
yesterday,
Derek.
no,
It's not
no, it's not Derek. It's not Derek. It's 7 followers. I was like, no way.
Derek
He
wrote
wouldn't
a
be in
text
my live. He
and said
wouldn't.
he's not
Because
joining.
our chats are separate.
Because I texted Derek and said, "Are you joining a live?" And he said no.
Fair.
Yeah, I was about to say, why is he in mine? I was like, no way. I was like, if anything, he's gonna be in Jimmy's. And I check it real quick. It's 7 followers. Like, no, it's not Derek.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, going back to Keanu and Vince, I feel like that was a cop out. They could have done better just because it just was like Jimmy and I were talking about this earlier on his live. If they were doing the punishments, then why wasn't Rachel and I's also our punishment, right? And so like that was the thing. I was kind of like they could have done better. I did see Sheepy Boo. I don't know if you guys know who that is on Twitter. She's like the graphic design artist, and
Yeah, I
she
know, yeah.
drew Vinny's of him crying. Did you guys see that?
I did not.
I'll have to send
I
it.
did, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you guys or whatever. But
It was so funny. Like Vince's should have been him crying because oh my god, dude, like take a break. Like
he was, yeah.
Well,
He in the episode. In the episode, he was talking about Amy crying a lot, and I was cackling at that because I'm like, man, if you only knew what was going on the
if
outside.
you only knew what was going on. Like
I mean, they're gonna realize it when they come out. I guess. Well, we'll see. A lot of stuff. I mean, yeah. Okay, Jimmy, did you think Vince was throwing that like just based off that? Like, yes, if you've seen the live, sure, but you could tell he was throwing it, right?
I think Lauren threw it. I think Lauren handed Morgan that veto.
He did.
Well, yes, I agree, but like Vince, he was taking his time.
Okay,
But
can I
the only thing. Go
I
ahead.
thought Morgan. I don't think Morgan's comic made sense. In chat,
Well, what could it be? I feel like a lot of these didn't make too
I
much
think she
sense.
should have
Like
been standing in a claw machine with her hands in the air.
a claw.
Pick me, you know.
Oh,
Oh.
that's just so messy, bro.
Okay. I
Sorry,
mean,
okay,
they have to.
I digress. Chat, I'm sorry.
No, you're
Yeah.
so messy.
Why is she in a morgue? The only thing she killed is Vince's relationship. Like, sorry, I should. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Okay. This is why I don't go live late at night. I have no control over myself.
That's gonna.
Okay.
I always see your messy clips come up on TikTok. I'm like, oh, this Jimmy said this time, and I'm just like scrolling. I see Jimmy, and he says something. I think they showed
I
the one
blame
where you
them.
showed Mickey.
I blame the fans. They love to make me messy, but I love to. You know what?
You're like, I love to provide it.
Like at the end of the day, it's not that deep. So I'm like,
It's really
sure.
not. It's not that deep. It's
Yeah,
just-
literally. So
oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's so funny.
they love it. They love it when I
Okay.
hang on to it live, and I'm like, they're obsessed. And then I do the same thing. I say goodnight 100 times. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to bed, and then I don't go to bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always.
It's the same. It's the same as the Big Brother house. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real. Let's
Yeah.
be real. Guys,
And
I don't know if you guys saw it in the feeds or not, but Jimmy would say goodnight to me. Then he'd come back. He'd follow up 30 minutes later and say, goodnight, I'm actually going to sleep. And I'm like, your retainer's not in. You're actually not going to sleep. And then once he finally had his retainer in, that meant he was actually going to sleep. So,
Yeah, if you were lucky, sometimes I'd make 2 retainer rounds.
sometimes.
Do you remember?
Keep
Was it
giving
you
up.
that was up when we were in the couch area? Gosh, this was the week Adrian went home, I think, because Adrian was greasing Mickey's scalp. But I stayed up to grease Mickey's scalp, even though I was going to bed. I had a retainer in, and Mickey disappears, and I go find her. And thank you for the glasses. And I go to go find her, and she's literally in the back bedroom with Adrian greasing her scalp. And I was like, I stayed
I have
up.
that clip. I think it's one of the funniest clips ever. I think because like I remember that because I remember I was in the backyard. I don't know if that was the day I did the date. I don't think it was. No, it wasn't. And I come in. He's like, oh, have you seen Mickey? I'm like, no. And I go in and I go all the way to the train room and I'm talking to Mickey. And then I end up greasing her scalp. And then Jimmy comes in. He's like, oh, what is this? And everyone acts like it's like I got caught like in an affair or something like that. Or Jimmy was
I was
caught.
like,
Or
I
Mickey was
caught
caught.
her, and she kept going. I walked around the whole house. I let everybody know. And then after you left, Adrian, I caught her doing it with Morgan the week they evicted me. And I was like, again? And with a woman? And then the camera, like right when you walk in the HOH room did this. It was like, and I'm like, ooh, they hate you. Ooh.
Yeah.
I was like, I just found it funny because you were actually looking for Mickey, like wondering where she was because you're gonna do it. And I just ended up doing it. I thought it was funny.
Who
I
was
have that
your
clip.
least? Who was the worst comics? Like not like anything. This is not intended to be a messy question. I know I'm always like, who was the worst? But who was your least favorite comics? Who were the worst?
Well, Kelly's made no sense to me at all. made no sense. That's not on her. It's on production. Let's be real. So that really made no sense to me. I thought that we already said this. Keanu and Vince's, they were kind of cop outs in my opinion. Like it was just like, okay, you know, that's easy. And then there was another one that I thought of.
Keanu's could have easily just been the assassin, and then you take the butler out of it.
Yeah,
and then it's a new thing.
Yeah.
So
I would say Kelly's probably made like no sense. I do feel bad for, I don't know. Oh, Catherine's. Like, I mean, I don't know what else.
Catherine's too. It was just like they time lapsed to earlier when she didn't have her nose ring in. I didn't even know that she had a nose ring in when she first got on the show. So I was just like, okay. I feel like they could have done better with that.
Do you remember when Catherine and I were talking about getting married on the show?
Yes. Yeah, you guys were supposed to have a full recital and everything.
She voted to evict me.
Well, you're supposed to propose, but you never did. I remember you said
because
Tuesday.
She kept telling me not to propose. She was like, don't propose until jury. And I'm like, bold of you to assume you're going to make it to jury. But then neither of us did.
You were talking about jury like week 1. You're like, okay, let's think about who we want in the jury house. I was like, who said you can make it that far? Every time someone talked about jury, I always thought about that. I was like, who said? Or like when you guys think about the walk up, oh, I'm gonna beat you in the walk up. I'm like, who said you're gonna make it there? Like,
so. Like, for me, the reason jury conversations came up is because when I was HOH, I was aligned with so much of the house that it felt like I had no options of who to put up. So I was like thinking backwards. I'm like, so if I don't know who to put up, then who of my alliance members do I not want in jury? Was kind of the question I was always debating. It's Mickey and Morgan who got into the higher jury and lower jury shit, which is like
they did.
Nobody wanted Kelly in their jury, and here she is in everybody's jury. So
and then the whole M&Ms came out, that whole deal. Oh my gosh. Saw them for like 3 weeks straight. It was exhausting every time they whipped it out. So yeah. That whole thing was exhausting.
Thank Derek.
I can't wait to see Blockbuster, what the flip it is. I'm always curious to see what it is. I want to see who I want to see if Keanu, because everyone just assumes Keanu's going to win, but I don't know if it's going to be physical. But it could be.
HOH? I have no idea. Remember we would try to guess based on
the Blockbuster.
My new answer is I don't fucking know. We'll see.
Yeah.
The real question is, do we think they're going to do another elimination?
Yes.
Agreed.
I think so too.
I think next week is some sort of a culmination because it's a 2-hour episode on the 18th.
Yeah.
So part of me thinks it's either a double eviction or it's some sort of like final elimination they're going to do live because the numbers don't line up, as Britt points out. So I see 2 people going home this Thursday, and then next Thursday I could see 2 or 3 people going home, and then it's top 3.
Yeah.
So what does the calendar look like? Because maybe that's too many people.
I'm just waiting for a double eviction. I'm like, when is it going to happen? When is that double eviction actually going to happen? That's the first question that I have. Second question, where the hell is Zingbot? I'm dying for Zingbot. I mean,
I know.
Leave.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
the questions people are really wondering.
Mm-hmm.
I really do want. I want Zingbot to start zinging. When are you gonna do it? Like Final 3? It makes no sense. I want Zingbot like now.
Well, actually,
Personally.
I wouldn't mind Zingbot at Final 3 because that would mean he would have to roast house guests who aren't there. So that gives us an opportunity to get in on it.
Yeah, I'm thinking they don't roast house guests.
No, well, they won't. If there's only 3 of them, they'll have to. It's going to be so boring if Zingbot comes in and goes 1, 2, 3 and leaves.
Yeah.
Zingbot's going to come in at top 8 minimum. Oh my god, I thought Zingbot was going to come in so quick.
Agreed.
I mean,
Somebody said, do you think they're going to do a comp to come back? And I think the answer is absolutely fucking not.
Guys, we got like, what, 3 weeks left in the show? Maybe, if that.
Wait, maybe you guys can't answer this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. And just tell me if you don't want to answer this or can't. Have y'all had finale outfits? Like, you know, like have you sent any in and have they been approved?
I'm sending it in tomorrow. Deadline.
I sent it in, and I'm like, if y'all want me to make this by the deadline, you need to tell me yes or no so I can pick more outfits.
I know. I was going to get a new suit, but it's like I don't want to drop a bunch of money on the wrong color because they're like, Zach, that's not actually the color that we want you to wear. So, Yeah.
Especially since the jury gets first call on color. So Leah was telling me this because since they have limited options,
Yeah.
they're all deciding jury outfits now, like this week, and then for like finale outfits, they're gonna get them approved, and then they'll let us know what colors we can wear.
Yeah. Somebody said you have to have outfits approved. Guys, we have to have like everything approved. The entire process. Let's be real. We can't just like go in there with whatever.
Yeah, everyone's hating on me for that ugly purple shirt. Well, guess what? I was told to wear that. So, yes, I brought it, to be fair. Yes, I brought it, but it was my literal last option.
I went shopping and I saw a shirt like that, but it was like a different color. I was like, hey, look, this reminds me of Jimmy. Because I was thinking about your day one outfit.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Zach, you'll appreciate this because I said this non-freaking stop.
I'm ready.
We sat down in the hotel with our, our person that's with us.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if they did this to you, but I mean, I had, somebody that I'm not going to name, but I had somebody who I had good chemistry with, and he goes, so what do you want to know? Like, what's the first thing you want to know? And I go, please tell me I'm not doing the pony in the title intro. I was bugging about that.
You were.
And then to see it be like this little, like, happy little, and I did that as a joke too. That's why I was laughing about it. I was just like,
that was so good. I saw that intro, and guys, I think that was one of the best. I loved that intro.
It's so cool. The letters floating around, the vibes. I get why I'm in purple and like Ashley's right behind me, but
yeah,
they were like, "Can you do this?" And I'm like, "That's so stupid. Everybody does that." They're like, "Just give it to us as a joke, down." And I'm literally like laughing about it. I'm like, "Okay." And they used it. I'm like, "That is so funny," because I thought they were gonna.
I needed the pony dance though. I'm sorry. I needed it.
It was literally before I even ate dinner. I had the answer because I was like, watch. He goes, I don't know. I'm like, fucking watch it right now. And he goes, okay. And he pulls it up on his phone and he goes, you are not doing the pony. And I'm like, I was so happy. So guys, for the viewers' context, when we were filming that, they had us do a lot of dances, and one of mine was the pony dance. We were like, and I did not want that to be my title shot. If it was, I literally would have like never watched the show. Like, I'm not even kidding.
That would have been interesting. No, I think I did the same one the one I had was basically, I did that one the most. Just kept redoing that one.
Guys, I'm gonna be real. I fully was expecting me to be shirtless in that intro because I was apparently the only person in that entire house that they asked for me to take off my shirt for that intro video. I'm not kidding. Like, literally, for 75% of the shots, I was in a bathing suit, and I was fully expecting that. But they allowed me to wear a shirt for that. So
what killed me is when we were in the HOH lockdown, and you were like, "Oh yeah, you guys had to do like bathing suit stuff too, right?" We're all like, "No." And even I talked to Zay after. That was one of the first questions I asked him. I was like, "Did you do bathing suit stuff?" And he goes, "No." I'm like, "It was literally just Zach."
But I would have expected Zay.
I expected Zay. I mean, watching Zach's face when he's like,
yeah, I was like, what the hell are they trying to pull on me right now? Oh my gosh. Somebody said in quotes aloud, guys, yeah, like that's all I'll say.
Aloud. Well, yeah, I mean, guys, it's a TV show. These people are so. Ashley talking about Jimmy's real estate. Yeah, I actually don't know what she was talking about. What I was talking about, so I live in. There's an HOA in my neighborhood. I live in an apartment. I rent. The people I rent from own. I live in a townhouse, and I rent one of the units in the townhouse. And yeah, there's still an HOA. It's just really expensive because in DC, like the HOAs like pay for the parks. So I'm always like, oh, because like I'm always looking to buy. Yeah. And I was looking at this one really cute place, and the freaking HOA was like $1,300 a month in addition to the mortgage payment and property tax. And I was like, I'm sorry, $1,300 a month for an HOA is crazy. So I was talking to Ashley about that, and so she's like, Jimmy has an HOA and an apartment. That's not lining up. Well, Ashley, I am not a homeowner, so I will burst your bubble.
Yeah, $1,300 is crazy. I have currently $125 a month, so $1,300 is absurd.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I will move before I spend more than like a couple $100 on HOA.
Agreed, as you should.
They're like, oh, it's doing trash pickup in the park, and because I'm like really close to like a big park, and I'm like, well, okay, but like I don't want to pay for that anyway.
What'd you guys think of when Kelly and Ashley were talking, and Kelly was trying to figure out if Ashley was a lawyer?
I was expecting Kelly in the DR to be, because it felt like it's rather she was gonna get away with it, Ashley, or like it's gonna be like one of those scenes where she's like she's an attorney or a lawyer. You know,
Yeah.
I was expecting. I was like, oh, okay, no, I guess she got away with it. But I don't think you're gonna really dig for it unless you want to dig for it. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of crazy.
Like-
Kelly does that, and I honestly thought Ashley would totally slip a little bit, but Ashley didn't. She's really good at deflecting, I feel like.
She is. She's great at it. She really is.
Because even as the viewer, when it's spliced in with her talking in the diary room, you're like, oh, this girl's so smart, like nobody's falling for that. When you're in the house, oh, I thought the girl was dumb as fuck. I mean, you called that out. Everyone was dragging you for that, and then you get out of the real world, you're like, just kidding, guys.
But she literally said she's trying to play a dumb game. That's exactly what she said to
Yeah.
the feed. So, I mean, it's working.
I will say, I remember the first night we were in the storage room and we're about to compete for the HOH, and she said so. I can't remember for the life of me what she said, but she said something that told me that she knew the game. She knew the few seasons, and she knew how to play. She said a word or a sentence. I can't remember for the life of me.
I'll be right back.
And I was like, "Are you pitching like alliance to me right now?" She's like, "Oh no!" And then she started acting like, I guess Ashley, like her persona. But I was like, for a second, like it made me weary of her. I was like, "Oh, okay, I should be worried about you because you know what you're kind of doing." But I mean, it didn't really matter after that because she was never in the position of power. Besides, I guess her vote, but I already kind of knew where her vote was after the whole week went out. But anyways, that was like the whole next week. But
Yeah, no. The thing that frustrated me in the game specifically about Ashley is like I had a conversation with her actually during Jimmy's eviction. And I was telling her about
Who's eviction?
I was talking about so there was a conversation that Ashley and I had, okay? And it was during the time that you were on the block, and I told her, I was like, well, Jimmy has yet to come and talk to me, about the whole situation, all that types of stuff. Like, I don't know if I could give him my vote because of that reason, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not kidding. So I go out and play pool, and she goes to the yard as well. She sits down next to you and Rachel. And not kidding, I kid you not, 5 minutes after the fact, I'm walking in and you follow me in. And I'm like, I can't trust this girl with anything because she literally just spilled our entire conversation to you. And then, and I'm like, at that point, I'm like, I can't, I'm just like, that was the point where I'm just like, I don't know if I can tell Ashley anything because I saw her do it in front of my own eyes. So, yeah.
And see, so I knew the main, like, I was never blaming Mickey for my eviction. I in my head, I'm like, it's Vince, Zach, and Morgan who were like kind of engineering my going up. So I was like just reluctant to talk to the three of you because I'm like, why am I going to waste my breath? I did feel like I had more sway on Vince because I felt like I could take away Rachel as like somebody who would be targeting him, and I do think he was actively considering that. But no, it's funny because when Ashley and I were having that conversation, she was like, "You need to go talk to Zach," and I'm like, "Fine, whatever, I'll go talk to Zach." I was also like, Ashley, just so you know, I know you and Zach are all cozy. I'm like, Zach's gonna put you up the first chance he gets. She goes, "No, he's not." I'm like, well,
You know what?
he was gonna put you up, so take that because I was planting all the seeds I could before I left.
I know you were because the week after you left, I think you told that to Kelly and to Ashley. And Ashley literally told me we had to have a 3-hour conversation airing everything out. And she said straight up, she's like, Zach, I don't know if I can trust you. And I'm like, why? Like, what's happening? And she's like, well, Jimmy told me something. I'm like, oh, Jimmy. I'm like, I have to deal with you after that. But yeah, no, I had to backtrack and literally explain to her everything that went down. And that's when I aired out the whole thing. I was like, I don't know if I can even trust you because you're going to Jimmy 5 minutes after we have a conversation, airing out our entire one-on-one. And I'm like, there's no way. And so we finally worked it through to an extent. She still voted me out, but you know what I'm saying? It took so long with her to try and get on even playing field again. But yeah. Yeah,
Let's
I was mad at you probably for like the 3 days after you were evicted because I had to deal with her. I had to deal with Kelly. Because you planted that as well and Kelly.
Okay, you know why I did that? Because everyone kept telling me they expected fireworks when I got nominated. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers want fireworks when I'm nominated. I had a speech, like I'm not gonna say rehearsed because the people hate that I have rehearsed things, but I had something ready to go for eviction night. If once I was evicted, I was gonna stand up and tell everybody to sit the fuck down, and I was gonna yell at everybody before I left. Just low key. I wasn't gonna be mad. I was just gonna call out everybody's game before I left, and then I was gonna walk out the door. I was gonna say, "Sit down. I don't want your fucking hugs. Sit down," and I'm gonna destroy everybody's game. And then I'm like, "All right, I'm done," and then I'm gonna leave. That was my plan. And I told Rachel, I said, when I do that, go to the door because I want to hug you. And she was the only person I was planning on hugging. But then I was like, you know what? They expect that, and it's expect the unexpected, motherfuckers. So I instead decided to say everything that I was gonna say, but to individual people. So I went to like Ashley to tell her that you were going to put her up. I told Vince not to trust you and Morgan because you guys would always choose each other over him. I went to literally everybody. I went to Ashley and Mickey, and I told them, I said, if you guys cut Morgan off from like Zach and Vince, you can bring Mickey closer to your side. And I just started planting all these little seeds because I'm like, you know what? Instead of saying this in front of fucking everybody, and then I was like, nobody should trust Vince. Every person I talked to, I was like, do not trust Vince. And so I was planting all these little seeds because I'm like, you know what? If I can't call this out in front of everybody, I'm going to make sure everybody knows. And then, so I'm glad you had to deal with that because that makes me so happy.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I was talking with both Mickey and Morgan. We were gearing up for you once you got evicted to stand up and say everything. Like that's we thought we were going to air out the heavy hitters 2.0. That was like the first thing. But then they were like, wait, but Rachel's also in that. So we don't know how this is going to all like pan out. And so
I was gonna do that. I was gonna take Rachel out of culpability. So essentially, what I was gonna do is I was gonna stand up and I was gonna say, "Everybody, sit the fuck down." And CBS, I'm sorry, I don't care if I can't cuss right now. Sit the fuck down, everybody. And then I said, "Listen," and I would have pointed to each and every single person, and I would have said, "Boom, boom, boom. You are heavy hitters." And I wouldn't have said Rachel. I was gonna say Riley, Mickey, Morgan, Zach, and Vince. This is the heavy hitters. Morgan, Mickey, and I have a final three called the triple threat. I was gonna say Morgan, Vince, and Zach have a final three because I didn't know it, but I assumed. I was like, Morgan, Vince, and Zach have a final three. I was like, Vince has a final three and final two with every single person in this room. And I said, y'all are going to keep targeting Keanu and Kelly every week and let these people run circles around you. And I was going to say, if anybody's HOH next week is not nominating Zach, Morgan, and Vince, you are stupid. And you are letting them run away with this check because they're running circles around each and every single one of you. And then I would have walked out the door and I said, stay seated. I don't want your hugs. Rachel, meet me at the door. I'm going to leave. It's been a fun summer. I do love all of you, but I don't want to hug right now. And I was going to walk out the door. That was kind of the vibe.
We were expecting that. I was ready for it. I really was ready for it. I
but
will
I
say
knew
this.
You guys expected it. That's why I didn't give it to you.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, well, no, not thank you, because I still had to do damage control for like the next 3 days after that.
I think that was arguably worse because that was like a plague that just like stuck around.
I will say this too, though. Rachel did something similar to Keanu. I think like maybe a week or two after you left. I think it was a week after, and she aired out the heavy hitters, but she didn't list herself. She listed me, Morgan, Vince, Mickey. I think she named the four. Maybe she added Riley in that as well. But I remember Keanu coming to me and he's like, "Bro, the heavy hitters, like, what is this?" No, he went to Vince. That's who he went to, and then we had to figure something out. So she still covered you. It was just a little bit later.
That sucks that it didn't work out because the heavy hitters is such a badass alliance name. Like we ate with that. Wait, is that actually Mickey? That's Mickey. Oh.
Who else?
Is it Mickey?
You sure?
Wait, I just followed.
The only way Mickey could join is if she co-hosts, because when we're right now we're all co-hosting, meaning we're in like our own separate lives but together. And if you add somebody, I think it disconnects.
I don't think
with
that's
everyone
Mickey,
else.
I don't think she would just be like.
Yeah, I've been having Derek trying to join forever. It's not
there's two Mickey Lee ones. Oh wait, this doesn't have two eyes or one. So this one is not the right person. But why are they not the right person? I feel like I'm doing a challenge.
I feel like she would text you.
I don't think she would text me.
Also, I know you said Adrian on purpose. And you're because someone told me to tell you.
Somebody said to say Adrian and I'm a messy bitch.
Yeah.
You are.
Because I always wear gloves. I'm a messy bitch and I can't leave a fingerprint behind, you know?
Yeah. That would have been fun if it was actually Mickey, so we could actually talk about the Heavy Hitters 2.0, because I didn't realize you guys had triple threat until you left, and then Mickey and Morgan said that. I was like, what the hell? So the real question is, how the hell did the Heavy Hitters fall apart? First off, we never met, but I thought it was going to be such a badass alliance. I agree. We never met, ever.
Because of Morgan. Blame that on your bestie, because that was not... Mickey and I had to fight with Morgan about getting the group together, because Morgan was so attached to the cookout, and the cookout never met all the time. So she wanted to do that. And I'm like, I don't trust you motherfuckers enough. So we need to all meet together. And because of that, I think we fell apart. But I honestly think the crux of any alliance was having Vince in it, because Vince is in every alliance. So he can just pick and choose. When you guys look at my wiki, it was the Heavy Hitters and Triple Threat. That was my game.
Yeah.
Like, I was not, everybody thought I had final twos with everybody. Well, you were shocked to find out that was not the case, because I did not. And I was close to people, but like even Catherine and Lauren, the amount of times they pitched alliances to me, and I was just like, haha, we can casually work together. You know what I mean? I was not, thank you for the glasses, I was not solidifying anything outside of Heavy Hitters and Triple Threat. And my strategy was to build get a smaller alliance of like a group of 3 that you trust, and then turn that into like a 6 or 7 person alliance.
Same.
And then when that 6 or 7 person alliance falls apart, you already know who you can trust. But then you were put out by one of the people you thought you could trust the most. And then you go home. All the Heavy Hitters voted against you. Rachel, love you, Rachel.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, with the Heavy Hitters, like with Rachel specifically, I remember talking to her and I'm like, is the Heavy Hitters even a thing? Like, we're not meeting. And she's like, it's not to me, because we're not meeting. And I'm like, that's a fair point. So,
well, it's really hard to meet early in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys went in the gym, which I guess it would have been weird. What time did you do that at? Like, what time? Do you guys remember?
The first meeting was at midnight.
Yeah.
But the one where we included Mickey was when we were like, let's go clean the gym.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's really what it was. Yeah, I
this person faking to be Mickey when I have Mickey's profile pulled up right in front of me, and I know this person's not Mickey because they don't have the Mickey C. Lee. Attention to detail. I was on Big Brother, people. Mickey C. Lee. You are not Mickey C. Lee. You are Mickey Lee. That's Mickey. That's Mickey.
It is Mickey.
I know someone. Yeah, they're already posting clips of you showing Mickey, the Mickey clown meme or whatever.
You know what? I was so. You know what, you motherfuckers? Because last night when I was like, guys, what were you most surprised about to see when you left the show? And then everybody answered, and I'm like waiting for somebody to be like, all right, Jimmy, like, what was most shocking for you? Because I had something. I had a video ready to go that was of Mickey and Morgan talking shit about me in my HOH room. And when you were like, Zach, I thought Zach was going to do it. Zach would be like, Jimmy, like, what was your most thing you were most shocked to see when you left the house? And I would have just held the video up like this. Like that was, I had the video ready to go, but then nobody called on me, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just go on live with Mickey on Sunday.
Yeah. Why didn't you just do it?
Because I didn't want to do it out of context, and like the fandom already thinks I'm like cringy, so I was like, let me not. So I decided to be demure. Plus, Mickey and I need to have a conversation, but we don't need to do it with everybody there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Mickey and I are going live on Sunday, like where the episode should be, to just like, just get it out, to just get it out. So I'm excited about that, because y'all know Mickey and I had such a fun dynamic in the house. Like,
yeah, we were scared. Me, Vince, and Morgan. Well, Morgan was with you guys in the triple threat. I found out after the fact, but me and Vince were scared because we thought it was you, Mickey, and Rachel. Like, we thought it was y'all three for sure. And then when we had the Heavy Hitters 2.0 and Mickey was introduced to it, that was the first thing we said. It's like, well, it's us and then it's them. That's literally what we were thinking the entire time. So
yeah, I mean, that's what I told Mickey at one point. I was like, Morgan is making a move for you, making a move right now because I am your Vince, is what I effectively told Mickey, and she wants you to send me home so that you're weakened and pull closer to her. But I said, if you send Vince home, you're weakening Morgan and strengthening yourself. And I don't know if she really saw it that way. I think I really should have spent more time with her after I thought I was going on the block. But here's the thing. After Mickey and I had a conversation, and I was like, that kind of felt a little weird. But I'm like, there's no way Mickey puts me on the block. So I went to go talk to Morgan for 30 minutes. And Morgan was like, there's no way. Yeah, you're just being paranoid. I'm like, okay, cool. And I go to bed. And then Morgan went to go spend the entire night with Mickey and did not leave Mickey's side until I was nominated. And I was like, damn, Morgan is nasty for that. Because I was like confiding in Morgan, and I was like, should I go talk to Mickey? Should I go hang out with her more? Should I like go dissuade her concerns? She goes, no, you're so fine. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Then I watch it back and I'm like,
It's very funny. It's very funny because one, Adrian, she was mad at you for Lauren's HOH, you being up there at 4 a.m. when she did the same thing in Mickey's HOH. Two, Jimmy, I think
that was getting me annoyed. She was like, bro, I saw you walking a gazillion times that HOH. I wait one time because everyone else is up the HOH's butt. And I'm like, bro, I just need to speak to her at least once just to like see where her head's at, maybe campaign a little bit. And then next morning she was grilling me. She's like, or like literally that night, she's like, are you holding her hostage? And I was like, yes, Mickey, I'm holding her hostage. I'm holding her against her will.
I mean, yeah, Jimmy, I do have a question on this, and I already know the answer, but I want you to say it. So, because I already know, like, I know the answer because I was there as well. During Mickey's HOH, did Morgan run Mickey's entire HOH? Is the real question.
Who?
Did Morgan run Mickey's entire HOH?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, because I will give her credit for this. She ran Mickey's HOH and she ran Vince's HOH.
That's why she's my winner pick right now.
She's in this game. She's crushing it right now.
She pulled herself up, but 100%. Mickey was going to make a move for her game, and Mickey would have made a strong resume move by sending Vince home, and he would have gone home. He would have lost that blockbuster, and he would have gone home, and that would have been a really strong move for Mickey. I would have been in the game. She could have made me think I was going on the block to scare me closer to being loyal to her because it would have worked, frankly. And you know what would have been so good, honestly? And I think Mickey knows this, but what would have been really good is if I had talked to Mickey for a long time after I thought she was going to put me up. Mickey realized Morgan was playing her, got mad at Morgan for playing her. But Mickey said, Jimmy, make everyone think you're going on the block. So I'd be sulking. I'd be doing whatever. Mickey's like, all right, I don't respect this person's game plan. Everyone's like, oh, it's Jimmy going up. And then Mickey just looks at her and goes, Morgan, take a seat. That would have killed.
It would have.
Missed opportunity. No, I'm not going to send Vince. You've been pushing Jimmy. I know you're trying to weaken my game. You don't care about me, Morgan. I'm putting you up. It would have been so good. I just, as a viewer, I would have been like, oh.
It would have. I do agree with you 100%. I really do.
The best part about being on the show is getting to watch it in real time.
I know, right?
Like, even like, oh my God, when the HOH takeover was happening, I felt so safe that week no matter what happened that I was like, I was like, what's happening? Wait, if you had won HOH, Zach, would you have put me up?
If I had won HOH?
Yeah.
No, I would not have. I will say,
I felt so good with you when I was like, remember when I hugged you and Riley and I'm like, protect me and Rachel, and I'm gonna throw this, and I meant that. I threw it.
Yeah. I will say this though. So let's say you stayed the week that you were evicted, I would have felt slighted because, and I told you this. You went directly to Will and said that you pulled me and Vince to be on his side. So that would have been the one thought if I had won HOH. Okay, well, can I actually trust Mickey? And of course, at this point, keep in mind, obviously, Jimmy. Keep in mind, at this point, Morgan and Mickey were pushing hard for you to go. So, like, that's the thing. It's like I'm trying to work with both of them as well. But you would not have been my choice to go home, for sure. Yeah. I probably would have tried to backdoor Rachel, just because, she's Rachel Riley. Let's be real.
And that would have been a resume move. Because if I was in jury and somebody sent home Rachel, I'd probably vote for them to win.
Yeah. Love Rachel. And
at this point, if somebody sends home Keanu, like if Lauren sends home Keanu this week, like that's best case for her because it's a resume move. She's won a few comps. She could have won this comp. Lauren is a sleeper in this game. And so if she sends home Keanu, like at this point, if she sends home Keanu, then some other HOH happens, and then Lauren's HOH again and sends home Morgan. Winner.
I agree. I mean, like that's a resume move, right? I will say this though, I still feel like she should have just kept the noms the same. She should not have thrown that comp, in my opinion, because now, like, let's say Keanu wins, like he's the favorite to win the blockbuster, in my opinion. So let's say he wins, she lost a potential person that was trying to build trust with her, like because he didn't put her on the block, and now all of a sudden it's like if he stays, then you have Morgan and Keanu and Ashley.
And going into Final 7, Lauren is the only person who still hasn't touched the block. Even if I was aligned with Lauren, I would put her up. Because I'm like, you haven't touched the block yet? Here, touch it real quick, Last week of 3 noms, touch the block real quick. Because if she goes through this next week without touching the block, say Vince wins HOH, because I think that's the only person that doesn't put her up. Like, that's phenomenal. Like, playing that good of a game, 2 HOHs, nobody puts you on the block. 3 comps, could have been 4, could have been 5. Send home Keanu. That's winner material. I'm just saying. Like, so don't sleep on Lauren, people. How bad is Lauren?
I do agree. I'm afraid we're gonna have a bitter jury, but
Yeah.
I'm afraid Kelly's gonna be in there, bitter as fuck. Come on.
I mean, you hear it in the house right now that they don't like. You hear them complain about each other all the time, and it's like really hard to tell who's gonna win. I think it just depends who is up against who.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's tough because we all complain about each other in the house at some point because we spend all day every day together.
yeah,
Kelly's gonna vote for whoever was nicest to her bugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of weird. That's why I'm like, Kelly should not have been in jury. Like, she just doesn't. This isn't Kelly's show. That's all I'm gonna say. So like, Kelly being in jury is kind of wild. Lauren is a great juror, an example of a great juror.
yeah.
Vince, I think Vince. Honestly, at the end of the day, Vince votes for somebody who plays the best game.
I agree. I do agree with that. I do agree.
That Vince is playing the best game.
No. Ooh.
No.
What did you
I
say?
think if he's in jury, he votes for whoever plays the. Sorry, when he's in jury, he will vote for whoever plays the best game.
Okay.
I do think that. Like, I don't. I'll be honest. I have an issue with Vince right now, but I do think he would do that. Kelly wouldn't. Keanu would. At the end of the day, Keanu would too. Like, I think so for the most part. Honestly, maybe it's a fine. Who else is in jury? Ava's gonna be better. So is Kelly. Lauren would be a great juror.
Do you think Ashley would be bitter?
The Ashley I knew in the
Potentially.
house, yes.
In
The
the house.
Ashley I know as a viewer, I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really do agree with that.
But Ashley in the house, oh, she'd be bitter as fuck. You know, she guys, we'd be walking around and we're like, oh, it's okay if we talk shit in the diary room about each other, right? Everyone's like, yeah, of course. And I was just like, no, I'll never talk to you again. And then like keeps doing whatever she's doing, and I'm like, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Okay, I'm actually gonna go to bed because I'm tired and we stayed up so late last night.
I was just telling Adrian that too.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
And we're going live tomorrow, I think, right?
I'm gonna be partying. I
You're gonna be partying.
I will be feeling myself. That's what.
Adrian and I will be going
Good.
live.
We will be, me, Kat, and Mickey will be taking double shots on live. So
That's gonna be you better. It's gonna be so iconic. Well,
21
bye,
plus
guys.
one.
It was so good talking to you as always. Much love.
Love Jimmy.
Oh wait, I'm so glad we got to see our BB
Yeah.
comics. We've been talking about that so long. It's
I
always so
know.
good to see. Yeah. And I think the three of us got good comics. I'm just gonna say, like,
I agree. Well, Adrian needed more,
but Frank
could've-
Davis is pretty cool.
I would have loved
it's
a
just-
little more bread, but it's fine.
You would
I
like to
mean,
be the
hey,
BB
look, I got a BB comic. I can't complain at all. You know what I mean? I have a BB
That's
comic.
right,
I'm gonna have that forever, so I can't complain too much.
Wait, the last thing, Zay's comic, like,
Jimmy, I will say it. That was the fruitiest comic. in that
yeah,
entire-
it was.
It was.
Zay's text said it best. I'm not beating these allegations with this fucking comic.
That's what they said.
Yeah, I saw his TikTok.
And that's where we end the live. Good night, everybody.
Night, Jimmy.
All right. Good night, Jimmy.
Oh, Zay's
He's
comic,
going
bro.
live right after this. He's gonna talk some BS.
Yeah, so this was good night number one, y'all. Jimmy's probably gonna go Jimmy After Dark. Let's be real. That's how it is.
Yeah.
He's just accelerating it because we were live for legitimately 3.5 hours together yesterday.
That was crazy. I was like, bro, I never had to take a pee break in one of these lives. This is my first pee break. I was like, that's how long it was. I was like, flip, man. I was getting hungry. I was thirsty. I was like, fudge. But it's like, it was fun.
Y'all tell me in the chat if he actually goes live and does Jimmy After Dark tonight. I still think he will. He did do Jimmy Before Hours. I joined it for like 5 minutes. He was like just cleaning. He was live just cleaning his house.
Yeah, I think I joined yours and Jimmy's for like 5-10 seconds. And I'm like, okay, I leave. I dip. I want to see what you're talking about or what you're doing right before. I was like, interesting. That's it.
It was literally like I got a Dunkin' Donut and I was sitting there in the parking lot and I was just like, oh, let's just see what Jimmy's up to. And he was cleaning. And then I joined for like 5 seconds. And then I was like, all right, bye. We're going to be live tonight anyways. So that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, who do you think's gonna win tomorrow?
I mean,
Block.
I mean, we don't know the blockbuster, but I think the favorite for sure is Keanu. Let's be real. Even like
Yeah.
if it's a puzzle, he's incredible at puzzles as well, and like taking time to assess and everything like that. If it's
Yeah.
if it's like a memorization one, guys, he hasn't won a memorization comp specifically, right? I don't think we've seen a memorization comp
Unless
in
it's
a
the memory
while.
tile.
Oh, the memory tile. Sorry. Yeah. The memory tile. He crushed that.
Yeah.
He crushed it. I will give him that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, he kind of has all his bases covered.
Yeah, I mean, if he stays calm, cool, collected, I mean, that's hard to do when you're in a competition because like a comp could really be easy, but like your nerves could easily get to you, or just the pressure, not even the nerves too.
Yeah, that's true. But he's done it so many times. So many times. He's the odds-on favorite. If I had to bet money, if I had to put $100 down, oh, for sure, Keanu, 100%.
You're not gonna bet on Ashley?
No, just because Keanu is the comp beast this season. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Keanu. I don't know. I never underestimate anybody. Not saying that you were, but like I still think it's up in the air until I see that blockbuster. But I am rooting for Keanu to win blockbuster tomorrow, even though I know that may not. Huh?
I'm sorry. Somebody in my chat said, of course he said that, Adrian. Sorry. Anyways, continue.
About what?
You brought up Ashley. You're like, what about Ashley? That's what somebody in my chat.
No, no. I was just saying. No, I was like, yeah, I'm rooting for Keanu to win tomorrow, and then most likely, I think Ashley would go to the jury.
Yeah, I think Will's
Apparently, it's still up in the air, but I think when all the dust settles after all this chit chat, I think they're gonna get rid of Ashley, and I think it makes the most sense. I think when it comes to like, remember, you want to get competitors out before Endgame. So this is the moment. Like, if you can't get out Keanu, I would get out Ashley. Just like if I was in the house, I guess, because it's like, and I get like I said, if Lauren could take out Keanu, that's one huge competitor out of the way, and it adds to your resume.
Yeah,
but
agreed. I feel like people are thinking they can beat Will in any type of comp, so it's like, okay, Ashley would be the next step if Keanu wins the blockbuster. So that's probably what people are thinking in the house. So I agree with that in the extent.
Yeah.
Somebody said, Zach, he gets upset about the Adrian comments. No, Adrian's just flustered, guys. He doesn't know how to respond.
Yeah. I get him every now and then. I mean, what am I supposed to say to it? Let's be fair. I'm like, she's not here. There's nothing in the house. It's not like it was like Zach and Lauren, right, where they had something. I come out and I'm like, and people are like, here, Astrid, and I'm like, okay, you're just throwing that at me. So I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I'm gonna be curious what she thinks when she comes out of it, but I think she's gonna let everyone know what she's thinking.
Guys, let's be real. Ashley is going to find the love of her life, like maybe 3 months after the show. I mean, she is going to find that person. She has a specific type. She explained it to me, deep down, like through and through, and she made it very clear. And if it's not Adrian, she's going to find somebody 3 months after the show. That's my
3 months seems like a long time. I think it'll be faster. I think her DMs are going to be flooded.
They will be. They will be.
I'm sure your DMs were flooded, but your heart was taken.
They were.
I'm presuming, not putting words in your mouth. I'm just presuming here.
I mean, in our last live, you had somebody in your chat say, "Hey Zach, can you go to a wedding for me or with me?" And I'm like, "No, I can't do that. What the heck?"
As a date, not as. I guess so. Yeah.
I can't. I get
it. We don't need no more dates. I get it. I get it. I get it. Loyal. Love that.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that. Oh gosh.
Yeah. So that's who I'm hoping to win tomorrow. And Keanu was technically eligible to win HOH back to back. And if Lauren, if it's the same thing, kind of, Lauren could win HOH again.
That's true. Maybe.
If it works somewhat like the same.
Maybe.
But
someone said, am I the only one that also shipped Adrian Kelly? Guys, Kelly's taken. She's got.
Yeah.
I think his name's Corey. Corey back at home. So
Yeah.
you guys were just good friends. You guys really connected on a friendship level. So
Yeah. I mean,
Lily
I have
says-
my bread guy.
Lily says, "I ship me and Adrian." Okay, Lily. Well, then slide into his DMs. What the heck? Let's be real. You guys step up then if you guys actually ship you guys with Adrian. So that's all I'm saying.
Interesting. You're throwing me out there, huh? Just throwing me out there like that. Thanks, Zach.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
You're welcome. I'm just trying.
If you're gonna do that, you gotta drop like the bread emoji or something. Like if like I go out on the first date, I need some bread. Like you gotta bring that. Like I don't want roses. I want a loaf of bread. That's what I want. You know, like Zach could bring roses for Lauren, but I need my bread. Like I love freaking bread.
I'm gonna get you Smuckers, PB&J, bro. That's what I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna just
Dude,
give you
that'd be
when you
funny.
fly to Georgia. I'll make sure I've got Smuckers PB&J. Do you like Smuckers, or does it have to be the actual? You have to make it yourself.
I
PB&J?
actually don't like Smuckers. I like real peanut butter and real jelly.
Gosh, dude.
Remember
Smuckers
that whole jelly thing?
Smuckers
Or not jelly, the peanut butter. I love
Dude.
real peanut butter, not the fake peanut butter with the palm oil, the salt, all the other BS. I just want one ingredient peanut butter, and that's peanut butter. If you don't stir it, it's not real peanut butter. I will say that. And plus, it just tastes better. It's easier to digest. It's better for my tummy. I mean, I love real peanut butter. I don't think I could stress that enough.
Somebody's
I
saying
don't
high
think it's
maintenance. Someone's saying high maintenance, guys. It's peanut butter jelly. There's nothing high maintenance about peanut butter and jelly.
I have to shop for 3 ingredients. I don't know what to do at the grocery store. I was like, geez, I don't need spices or anything like that. Just 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
But yes, I am actually picky on those 3 ingredients, though. I had a lot of people buy me peanut butter, and they give me the wrong peanut butter. I don't know what to say. I mean, I told the production, I was like, dude, if this is not real peanut butter, I don't want it.
Do you have a PO box? Do you have a PO box at home? It's like for people to send you stuff or no?
I do now. I have to. I'm working on it. It's almost there. I have one, technically.
Okay. Okay. The reason I was going to say they need to send you as love, they need to send you like peanut butter, but can you even send food in a PO box? I don't know why my brain thought that way, but I was like, if you guys want to show your love for Adrian, if you want to actually have a chance with Adrian, then you may need to send him stuff that he's really passionate in. For example, peanut butter and jelly. Get the correct peanut butter, Adrian. So what's your favorite peanut butter so that everybody knows when you create this PO box?
It's literally just you look at the ingredients. It could be literally any brand as long as it's real peanut butter. Just needs to have one ingredient. Can you guess what it is?
Like, I don't know what you're like referencing. Like peanuts?
What ingredient do you need to make peanut butter?
Like peanuts? I don't
Yes,
understand.
that's the only ingredient it needs. It doesn't need no salt. Have you ever looked at the ingredients jar of a peanut butter jar? It says salt, palm oil, and some other some BS, right? And it's like, it's so annoying because I just want peanut butter. Just peanuts.
Do you like the organic one where you have to like mix it every single time? That drives me insane.
But see, that's the problem. You can have organic fake peanut butter, or you can have organic real peanut butter. So it's like I get the one that we had in the house. It was actually it said organic and it was actual peanut butter, but they said organic fake peanut butter, and I'm just like, it's real peanut butter, but it's more like peanut butter spread. I hate peanut butter spread. I love real peanut butter. There's a huge difference. I swear, man. It gets me. It's like, oh man. I remember when I was in the Forbidden Lands, they got me the fake peanut butter, and I was so upset. I wanted to cry.
So
I just ate it anyway.
If you're an Adrian hater, this is what I've realized from this conversation. If you're an Adrian hater, send him Smuckers in his PO box. If you're an Adrian lover, if you want to be with Adrian, like actually have a chance romantically with Adrian, then you send him the peanut butter that he can stir. Okay, that's all I got with peanuts in it specifically. I don't know why we went down this route. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be like
You're the one telling people to slide in my DMs and send me. And then you're telling me my hair. I'm gonna get like I could probably get more Smuckers than possibly real peanut butter. And then I got food. I mean I just take it straight to the food donation place. I'm gonna be honest because I'm like you guys needed more. I mean fudge. I mean I have a PO box because yeah, I think there's some people want to send me bread,
Yeah.
like companies. So I was like, okay, let's get this going. You know, let's bring up the supply. But you know, I haven't. I'm still like opening it. So I'm
Yeah.
working on it. I'm working on it.
I gotta get a PO box because there's like this pasta place that wants to send me stuff to try, and I'm like, okay.
I think I probably got the same message too.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love pasta. Send it my way.
Just
I love.
give me your address.
Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, I will create a PO box though, and Adrian will create a PO box just for the sake of you guys. If you're trying to romantically express the way that you feel about Adrian, then you can send him all the love letters,
Look,
everything
I'm
like
gonna
that.
give you the same love back, Zach. Look, guys, if you love Zach, send him all the Falcon love. You know, the Falcon shirts, and if you're a Zach hater, send him nothing but the Saint jerseys or something.
We're gonna
Like
have a
get some cheap ones
problem.
off of Amazon, or just write like a little note and just keeps, you know.
Somebody said I'll send Zach a toothbrush. Guys, I have an electric toothbrush. Don't send me a toothbrush.
Dude, mine literally just said that too.
Yeah.
If you open
don't send me-
dude, I swear, if you open a PO box, and that's all you get, I swear you're gonna have a lifetime supply. You would never have to go to the store again. I couldn't imagine that.
But again, I've had my same toothbrush for forever. Okay, so we're not. Don't send me toothbrushes. Okay. Somebody wait. I'm reading chat. Oh,
Maybe
I
you
can't.
could work with the toothpaste company. We always need toothpaste, you know.
Oh
I'm
my
just thinking
God.
here.
Rest. What's up, fam? I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Someone said I'll send you pigs in a blanket, guys. I ate more pigs in a blanket that week that Keanu was the butler. More than my entire life. I think I consumed hundreds of pigs in a blanket. Don't send me that. Somebody said, "Do I have a Vic jersey?" Yeah, I've got a signed Vic jersey. Wait, what was that?
What?
Do you ship Kimmy? Are they talking about Catherine and Jimmy? Yeah, guys, I was really rooting for them because I was supposed to be the best man for Jimmy in his wedding with Catherine. It was supposed to be me, and then and we were supposed to like have this. We had like a flower girl, like Ava was the flower girl. We were supposed to have all this entire wedding, and then it just flipped, and he got voted out that week. So very, very unfortunate.
I've been vegan for about 3 to 4 years. I stopped
Kelly?
counting after 3.
Wait,
So,
they're saying it's not Catherine and Jimmy, it's Kelly and Jimmy?
I think I saw that earlier, but I'm like, I'm not. I don't. That's the first time
I
I've ever
don't
heard about
understand
it.
the correlation. You know what I'm saying? Someone said, why was Ava the flower girl? Guys, she wears that flower hat 24/7. That's why she's the flower girl.
I mean, you got to reuse the same outfits the whole season, unless you're Rachel and you have like an abundance of clothes. I mean, I brought very little because I thought. No, I don't want to talk about behind the scenes, but like I thought I had. I think I restricted myself more than I needed to. Is what I would say.
Guys, I'll say this. Rachel, she has all the gowns. She looks glamorous. You know, and she has the entire wardrobe because it's Rachel Riley, and she can bring in more stuff than us. That's what I'll say. She was able to bring in more stuff. That's all I'll say. So, yeah. Which is very funny because she has all the gowns, everything like that. But then you guys also gooed her for worst dressed in the entire house. When are they bringing that back? You know what I'm saying? You know how that was like a whole segment, like of America votes for the maybe that was just a one timer. I was thinking they were gonna do another one. If I'm being real, what would be the next, guys? What do you think the next if America had to vote on something, right? Obviously, it was worst dressed that past time. They're not going to do it again, but what would the next thing you guys would want to vote on be?
The mess.
Worst player, worst personality? Guys, they would not do that. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Floater
It gives
award.
too much insight.
Yeah, it gives too much insight. Worst cook? Who cries the most?
I feel like crying would be hurtful to the house guests, so they probably do maybe sleeping, but then I feel like that would be obvious.
Worst cook.
Um,
Worst
it
cook
could
for
be,
sure.
but how would they know? How would they know? So
America
best dress.
the feeds, you know what I'm saying? And but like we kind of talk about it. But I mean, I get what you're saying. The feeds aren't always on, the kitchen while everyone's cooking, but who farts the most? That's an obvious answer, guys. Let's be real. That is the most obvious answer by far.
Yeah. Like the fact that you guys don't know it was Zach when he was in the house is crazy, dude. Beyond me, like that. Just joking.
Guys, I was really gassy after the have not whole situation. I will say that, but I did not fart the most in that house. I will say.
I mean, sheesh. I was wondering I was ready to be have not week 1. I kid you not. But when they offered that safety, I was like, I'm cooked. I was like, I'm not getting one, I'm not getting that safety nor that have not. And then but I was like, hey, look, if I'm gonna be in the block, I don't mind not being a have not. Not being a have, yeah, not.
When you knew that you were not, when you knew you were safe, you were fine not being a have not. That's what you're saying.
When I knew that I wasn't safe, I was happy I wasn't a have not. Because when Jimmy won, I was like, flip. It's confusing because have not has the thing. Yeah, I think you know what I mean.
You're talking about
I was like,
are you talking about week 1? I'm sorry, dude. I'm like
week 2.
When Jimmy won. Oh, got you. You moved on.
I should have been safe week 1, and that's how I felt, more or less. And I think that made me. I should have kept reconfirming a certain alliances connecting more. But I mean, after those first 3 days, I know that the live feeds weren't on, but bro, my social battery was like, oh. I mean, I was mostly tired. We talked all the time, and I just wanted a 5-minute break.
Guys, I'm gonna be real. Those first 3 days were probably the first day was the craziest day I've ever had in my entire life. Adrian can attest to that. We woke up at 4 a.m. We got to set. It all started. I didn't go to bed. Obviously, you don't want to be the first one to sleep, right? I stayed up for easily a full 24 hours. More than that, probably.
We all did.
Yeah.
Everyone stayed up
Everyone
over
did.
24 hours.
Everyone did.
It wasn't my first time doing that, but the fact that we were just talking and we competed too was so tiring. And then you kind of and the thing is, it's like the first day. You don't want to be like, hey guys. So you're tired as flip and you're smiling. Okay, and you're coming up to people, you're talking about their life, your life, and you're trying to smile and be energetic and smile real big. And then oh fuzz, and then you finally fall asleep, and then you wake up and you're like, "Hey, good morning, guys." And I don't know.
It's nonstop, guys. Adrenaline's running the entire day. You're exhausted. The first 3 days were crazy. The feeds weren't on. We were talking about insane stuff that obviously was not covered. I will say this: Zay is the funniest dude I think I've ever met in my entire life. If he ever talks about the stories that he told us, I'm not going to air them out. Unbelievable. It was unbelievable what he told us. So, yeah, I will say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just reading chat. Sorry.
Yeah. Same. At least Zay tried to make a move, unlike the rest of the house. Ooh. I mean, I like how he said that, he was telling Rachel, does it not make sense for me to go after the people that didn't vote with me? And Rachel was kind of quiet, and she's like, I'll be careful when you come after the queen. I think the only thing misstep is you're telling somebody, I guess you're telling them that you're gonna put them up basically while you're still on the block. I mean, it makes sense what he said, but just wouldn't say out loud.
I will say this, guys, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because I've not seen the first episode or when Adrian goes up, okay? Or not Adrian, Zay, okay? He basically volunteered to be on the block, didn't he? He basically was saying he didn't really know the game at all, and then Vince was like, okay, well, are you interested in competing or whatever, blah, 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 and then he basically was like, yeah, let's do this, let's full send it. So that was his first misstep, is that he straight up basically said he didn't know the game at all. He was asking Rachel after he was on the block how the veto worked. So it was just him just being so new to the game, just completely just didn't know anything. Was his biggest misstep. So
But couldn't that work in your favor as playing dumb?
yeah, but the problem is that we didn't have a crash out week one. Last year, you had
You did.
Angela, Matt crashing out. So it's like there was no clear target. And when Vince was trying to decide between people, the whole Showergate deal was one. But then it's like he didn't really know who to put up after that. And so when Zay basically went in, it was like, oh, you know, I'll compete. Like, I really want to play. So it was one of those deals, in my opinion. I don't know.
Well, I thought Zay knew he was going up, and like it was just easy because he was like the other person that we assumed was the accomplice after Riley was deemed not.
Was that one of the
I thought that
reasons why they put him up? I didn't hear that at all.
I thought that was the reason because I'm like, oh, we don't know. Like he was gonna put up Ashley because of kind of the. He didn't say it was Showergate, but he said because her actions are speaking a different tone. Like you keep coming in, checking in on me,
Yeah.
asking you pulled me in the storage room saying we're good or like if we're good, and then Amy just because she's close to Ashley and then also I guess Rachel, but more to Ashley. And then Zay was just I guess easy because one he kind of said yeah I'm okay playing, and that also he was the like not the accomplice, but he was like the other person. So it was easy to at least to pitch to other people outside. But
No,
I
I feel
mean,
that.
yeah,
I feel that. I feel that. Um, what's your favorite failed alliance of the season? I was feeling really, 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 really good about the heavy hitters, but then like step one, Riley never wanted to talk game ever, ever. And so it was one of those deals where after the first week, we're kind of like, if he never wants to talk game, it's kind of like, who is he talking game to? Like, is he not trying to play the game? Is he just kind of trying to like float by? And so that's when it first started to crack. And then obviously we met without him a couple of times. But I like the heavy hitters in general, like the people in it. So I was looking forward to that. And then obviously I like the bond as well. And the reason why I like the bond was because me, Adrian, and Will in the first day, we instantly connected. And we were just like, let's figure out a way for us to have our three and then people on top of that. That's literally what we were trying to figure out for the first couple of weeks. It's just a shame that, it all came tumbling down and yeah.
yeah.
So
I mean, when me and Will got put up together, it was like we couldn't work together. But honestly, I think Will really wanted to work with the guys because he voted with like the Burger Boys
he did.
or
He did.
except Riley, but like Jimmy, he wasn't part of that, right?
Jimmy was not part of the Burger Boys, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and I think so. I think Will really did want it to like work with us and whatever, but I guess when the numbers started dwindling, and then he got put up again and again, and he didn't
Yeah.
have like no say, like
Yeah.
like where the vote went because yeah. So it's like, but I mean, I think he originally did like he wanted to like, but like I don't know. I was always on the block with him, so
I really like the bond personally because I was really close with you and Will. We didn't like solidify a legitimate final three, but I was ready to rock with you guys. But then also in the bond, we had me, Vince, and Lauren, and we had a final three. And so it was like for me personally, I'm like, this is great. I am in the best. I'm like in a fantastic position right now because this alliance. I feel like I've got both sides covered. And then I was fine with Ava because like after that week one, have not. She told me she's like Zach, you're my ride or die. Thank you for saving me. Like let's rock and roll in this thing. And so I was feeling really good about that. And then dude, when you got put on the block, when it was like you and Will on the block, like specifically you, when it was between you and Ashley, I thought for a fact Vince and I convinced Lauren for sure. Like it was like the morning of, and we're sitting there, we're like, I think we have this. I think we're okay. But I guess Morgan and Mickey really, I mean, hey, hats off to them for really pushing for you to go up because I
it was
genuinely
like
thought you were in the bag.
clockwork, bro. It was like clockwork, but like I don't know. I obviously could. I wasn't there when you guys did your thing because, like, when I talked to Lauren, I said kind of my piece, but she wasn't really grasping anything. She really wanted to know what Vince was thinking. She really wanted to know what you were thinking. Like, she heard me out, but I think her allies is what she really wanted, like, opinions from. And then on top of that, like I said, Mickey, Morgan, Ashley, Rachel, they were all coming in like clockwork, like at one after another. And I'm like, gosh dang it, I can't get a word in because they keep doing that unless I interrupt. But that could be seen as playing too hard. So I'm trying to figure out that balance without overstepping. And like I think maybe if I just had won the blockbuster, because like you could like because then I'd be coming like what's like what Keanu was doing, and everyone was already fed up where he's walking in every single room. Then socially that was annoying people. I know when me and you talking, I saw clips like Zach looks annoyed because he kept walking in.
Of Keanu walking in every room.
I mean, to be fair, we both were like we're trying to talk real quick, and Keanu does walk in, but I mean that's the game. It was early on.
It's the game, but also I was thrown off by Keanu because like the beginning of week 2, that's when the whole deal with like Keanu and Jimmy and Morgan, like they all were throwing down a little bit, and he sat me down, and I think he sat you down as well, but he's like, hey bro, I've created a 10-man alliance and you're in it. Congratulations. And I'm like, do I just not get a say in this? And so like that was the problem like with me trying to work with Keanu in terms of a social game. It's like in every conversation, it felt like I didn't have that much of a say. Let's be real. Like, you know, it just really felt that way to me. But I felt like obviously after, you know, that and everything, he's changed his tune a bit, especially once he got the butler and everything. But especially at the beginning, it really threw me off. And then he was following both me and Vince there for a while. To every single conversation, it felt like, and it just felt off-putting, I will say. So, yeah.
I mean, it was hard because I remember I don't know if it was week 1 or week 2, but yeah, he comes up and he's like, hey, we're in there's this majority alliance that I single-handedly created by pulling everybody individually so we don't meet up as a group. I'm like,
I know.
I don't believe it for a second, but okay. I mean, I felt it was cool when the Bond first met, and I was like, okay, I wasn't close to Lauren. I mean, we were cool because it was like, you know, we had no blood yet, but I was like, okay, that's cool because Zach is close to Lauren, and you're kind of working on her, and I was supposed to like work on Catherine because you weren't close to Catherine. Yeah. So I was like, exactly. Okay, so let me talk more game with Catherine and like keep pushing it. But Vince, we were in the final 3 with me, him, and Kelly, and I looked at him when the bond was created. I was like, is he going to tell Kelly about this? But I was like, I don't think he is.
That's where it threw me off. Like, I love the alliance because it's like I kind of had both sides covered in that alliance. But with Vince, I know that you didn't really trust him at points. I know you were telling me that, and so I was really. It was at the very end.
Well, because week 1, you know, he was obviously stressed. I gave him his space because he got annoyed with Ashley beating up his butt. And one thing I also felt safe because yes, we had our deal that he would keep like if any of us win, we'll keep each other off the block. But he was going to go back on that to put Ashley because Ashley kind of became the house target. But one thing that helped me feel safer was Kelly. And this what made her get a target on her back. She was always in the HOH room. She was super close to Vince. And the house didn't like that. But Kelly was fond of me, and I knew she was putting good words in to Vince. Sure. So I was like, indirectly, I tell Vince, hey, I got you next week. I know you don't have safety. Hey, I'm not up your butt, but I'm still checking in on you. I still care about your well-being on top of your other close ally that you had a final 2 with. He has final 2s with everybody, but like, it's like I'm not only are we cool, like me and you, but you're hearing from another ally that Adrian's also good, and we're in this supposed final 3. He wouldn't put up Keanu. He said he did nothing. Like I didn't see why he didn't put up Keanu, but I was like, well, it's either you're scared of him or you're working with him. So, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting. But I'm assuming that because I felt like you guys wanted Ashley up for sure. Like Vince wanted Ashley up. You wanted me to stay. But when Lauren actually did that, I felt like maybe like after that, you're like, okay, well, holy shoot, we can't go back now, and then you have to decide who we're gonna keep in the event that it's like me against Will. But to be fair, I felt like I should have. I know I went to Catherine and Riley because those are the votes I kind of needed, but wasn't sure about, and I kind of relied on you and Vince. But I think one thing I should have done is, I know I kind of checked in with y'all, but I should have like double down, like not assume so much I had your vote, but like also just keep reminding you why I'm a good pick, not just like telling you once and walking away, but like
Yeah.
reinforcing it like I did with Kat. Like I checked in with Kat every day, same thing with Riley, and it was like, hey, I'm good for this reason, just to
Yeah.
like reassure you.
Yeah, it was tough because like I was close with Morgan. Me, Vince, and her had a final three, and she was so adamant of getting you gone, and she was upset at me for saying, "Why would you want Adrian? He's a big competitor." And it's like, okay, well, obviously I can't tell her the situation of why I really want to keep. So I continuously said it's very true. It's like Adrian's a shield for me. That's the reason why I want him here. All that types of stuff. But I will say this: we obviously all of us have underestimated the people winning the blockbuster. Like the blockbuster itself has changed the game unbelievably so much. The first week I thought we were totally fine with Zay staying. I thought that, Kelly or Amy were going home. I thought he was going to win for sure. That didn't happen. Kelly smoked it. And then week two, I was like, okay, we got Adrian there. Adrian's going to win this blockbuster 100%. We're going to be totally fine. And then Kelly wins again. So like the blockbuster, just the dynamic of the blockbuster, first off, is the reason why Kelly's still there. Secondly, is just such a I don't like the blockbuster. I don't know about you. I don't like it. It's not straightforward. It creates crazy drama for sure, but I'm not a fan of it, I will say.
Yeah, I was thinking about a rework because I remember you like it doesn't matter to me because we asked this question before and I think your original answer was like it didn't matter to me or like it's up in the air or like yeah it's like or like you didn't mind it but like yeah I think it's entertaining for sure because again it creates more blood on your hands like and then it makes us think all the way to eviction night like if it was just two people because I think if Blockbuster didn't exist I wouldn't have been on the block, right? Because there's way bigger targets. Will, if there was a pawn, it would have been Will, and I wouldn't have been up there because the two targets would have been Kelly or Keanu, and then they would have been home. And if I avoided the block, I could be seen as less of a pawn, so there's like less blood. But there's a lot of things I could have done to improve my game, like being a little more stern with Jimmy when he said I was a pawn. I did kind of give some pushback, but not as much as I probably should have. But also he had like some he thought I was gonna vote for the nicest person if I was in jury, which I've never said, but apparently he thought I said that. I was like, I would not have done that, but I mean,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean,
I get it.
but
I get
it's
it.
interesting. Yeah, I mean, I would love to talk after the whole season like what Lauren because I think she made that decision like right there.
Dude, me and Vince were in her HOH room as they were yelling at her to get down there, and we waited like 15 more minutes just talking to her. And it was to the point where production was getting mad at us. We're just like, it's time. Like, she has to go. And it felt like to me, it was literally up to the buzzer when she walked in there. She didn't really know what she ultimately she was deciding between the two still. But yeah, that was it
Yeah,
was
I mean, Ashley looked so calm that morning, and it was worrisome. And she looked upset. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, Ashley's really calm. She's doing her makeup. She's smiling. I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little bit worried, but I was like, I hope she does do it. I just hope she pulls it through. And she wasn't looking at me or Ashley until like the last few seconds. And then she like looks at Ashley. She looks at me, and then she like looks away. I was like, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel good. But I was like, I still had the blockbuster, but yeah, it was interesting. But hey, look, she's still in the game. It's not over, right? So I'm like, you
yeah,
can't
no,
argue.
yeah.
But I felt like I would have helped. But like, I would have drawn that line too, though, for sure. Like, I wouldn't have been playing it so safe if I was still in there, and who knows how that would have impacted you or Vince or Lauren. Um, but I think if you and Vince were on board, and then I gave my speech, and Ava looked at you, I think she might have switched. Jimmy said he almost did, but when he saw Ava or you, but I don't know how true that is. But this is outside of the house. It could be still true. But I feel like I could have maybe potentially had Ava, but
Yeah,
and
I
that would have
mean,
been
I
Victor.
remember I remember when we found out you lost and we had those 2 minutes. Me, Lauren, and Vince were trying to talk, and Jimmy just butted his way in. And like we literally could not have that conversation of like what like genuinely what are we trying to do? Because Jimmy was trying to get you out. He was trying to keep Will, right? And so
Yeah.
that's what he was trying to do. And it's like we could not have that conversation really to turn. It was really awkward. And that was he impacted that a good amount, I will say. But yeah, it's part of
Yeah,
the
but
game.
that was never shown on the episode. It showed Ava, and I saw that.
Yeah,
But
like we
yeah, Jimmy
went.
says he felt it was him and Vince. But yeah, because I saw, I think on the episode, like you guys were talking like in the corner, like in front of the door for a few seconds before the
Yeah, we
thing.
were trying to. We were genuinely trying to. And Ava was crying, that whole deal. And it was, like here's the deal, okay? If Vince and I had ended up keeping you, okay, and then Lauren broke the tiebreaker to keep you, Mickey still had her power. She would have put me, Vince, and maybe Lauren up. Like
But
that's
you
like
knew who it was. If you wanted to, you could have stopped that power.
that's also a very good point, I will say. Yeah.
But I think it's because the reason is because I did talk to Ava before the blockbuster, and I said like, I know she tells me, I feel it, in the universe that you're gonna win, but I was like, I understand that, but I was like, there's always a chance, and I was like, the only one that I'm worried about is the Will, and I knew that you're close, and there's a lot of reasons why she would pick Will, but I was like, I would protect you, I'm a shield for you, like I know Will is you're close to him, but I could win comps potentially, right? More and keep you off the block. But I think the one thing, so like that was like maybe a little seed. That wasn't gonna work. But right before the blockbuster, when I had time to talk, I pulled Keanu, and then once I was done, I give Ava a hug. We look in each other's eyes, and I'm like, I give her a hug, and I whisper in her ear, or I just tell her in her ear, I need you.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I guess it just got to her, and then I sat down because I was telling her, I was like, it's gonna be a 6 vote. I don't know if I could trust Lauren to break the tie. So I was like, I need your vote to guarantee that it's a win, right? For sure. So that I'm not putting it back in Lauren's hands because she already nominated me. So who says she's not gonna kick me out to please, other people? So I was like, I need your vote. And that's why I was kind of arguing for her vote so that it was a clean sweep.
Yeah.
And then but like I said, she was looking at you, and then when I saw you shake your head, I was like, "Oh, this is not this." I was like, "I don't know why Zach is shaking his head," but I was
Yeah.
like, "But yeah,
Yeah, it was last second. She told me leading up to that she was definitely keeping Will, and so that put me and Vince in a very awkward spot. But yeah, and then at the very last second, that whole deal happened. But then us three, me, Lauren, and Vince weren't able to talk because Jimmy was like standing right there, and he wouldn't let us like actually talk to each other.
and that's game, and that's game."
This game,
Like Rachel
yeah,
does that, Keanu does that. Like if you don't want,
absolutely.
so it's game. I mean, I'm not. I mean, yeah, it's upsetting that I got evicted, but like I always say to myself, or like before I even got on the show, winners win for a reason. It could be,
Absolutely.
this could be because of a good move, a bad move, a misstep, or like I don't know. Winners win for a reason. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Absolutely.
um, but yeah, it would have been interesting to see because I was like, technically, if I do stay, we would still be the majority, technically. And then also we would be able to compete next. But of course, we didn't know what it was, the HOH next week. But yeah, man, I remember when she won, I was like, okay, cool. I get to survive another week. Like week 4, here we go. I was like, easy when we're in the bond. And I remember Ava freaking out about, she's putting up Will. And then Will starts like, he's like, oh man, he's already over it. As soon as he heard that, he was like, he was over it. I was like, well, let's meet up. Lauren wants to meet up first. Everyone was there except you. And then we tried pulling you. I tried going downstairs, but then you were talking to Morgan, and I'm like, "There's no way he's gonna leave." So I was like, "Okay, we'll just fill him in later." But then I guess she wanted to have everyone there, and then Keanu walks in, and then Will's like, "That's it. I'm going to bed." So yeah, I mean the bond could have met. I know some people told me when I came out, I was like, dude, the bond could have been a solid if they just met up that one night. I think things could have been different. I'm like, but it didn't, But who knows? Who knows?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
We'll
Um,
see.
yeah, I feel very congested right now, and I'm exhausted, and we are going live as well tomorrow. So I'm about
Yeah,
to, guys, I'm about to sign off. And I will see you guys tomorrow, I guess. We'll be in a different setting. We won't be in my office. We will be in downtown Atlanta. Me, Mickey, Catherine will be there as well. We'll join Adrian's live while we're having fun, we're partying, and yeah, it'll be a blast. So you
yeah.
guys,
We'll see how long my live is. It's crazy because I got something not tomorrow, but the next day, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be so dead if I stay up, but so I might do my live like right after the episode.
okay,
But to be
yeah,
fair, I mean,
just shoot
just
me a
because
text.
yeah, I'm gonna be super tired. But yeah, once you head out, I'm probably gonna do Adrian After Hours for like a bit.
Talk
Nothing juicy
talk
though.
crap. This is when Adrian actually talks crap about everybody, guys. So when I hop off, join Adrian's live. Okay. All right. I'm going to sleep, everybody. Love you guys so much. I will see you
All
guys
right.
tomorrow.
Cheers.
All right.
I'll see you tomorrow,
Peace.
bro.